Now, we're now going to bring you the story of Archie Battersbee. Archie's 12 years of age, and you will have heard about him this week. You will have heard about his court case yesterday, because yesterday a judge ruled that life support for him has been basically ended after a legal dispute with all of this. Archie is currently in a coma, and he's been the centre of this whole legal battle after he was very seriously injured in an accident and an incident at his home in Southend in Essex in April.
Well, doctors treating him at the Royal London Hospital told the High Court that it was highly likely he was brainstem dead and asked for his life support to be withdrawn. Well,
there's a lot to talk about here, and we welcome into the studio Archie's mother, Hollie Dance. First of all, Hollie, we feel for you. We really, really feel for you. Your boy, this accident only happened 8 weeks ago. Was this the realisation? Was this a judge saying to you yesterday, I'm sorry, but your boy has gone?
No, right. So we actually received the judge's decision via... We were set to go to court yesterday. We actually received the decision via an email, and it was then sort of told to us by our... I know,
very
quite
impersonal,
insensitive,
isn't
really.
it? Yeah.
Very insensitive.
Yeah.
Your child's been given a death sentence and via an email. So, yeah, very insensitive. We was obviously all set to go to court yesterday.
I think we have to outline to people, Hollie, what happened to Archie. And incidentally, we'll be showing pictures of Archie, and we were covering the story yesterday, and both Isabel and I, we just looked and we thought, what a beautiful-looking boy. I mean, absolutely, you know, you're blessed having him, athletic, a lot of energy, and he was taking part in... What would you describe it as, a prank? Something very dangerous anyway. To explain to us what
I think that he may have been participating in an online challenge.
A dare?
It's not a dare, it's something that is on these online apps, and it's more like a challenge, and I think...
And this involves
Archie's
something,
not stupid, but
something
he's very
going
daring.
around his neck.
Well, under his chin, but very close to the windpipe, which is where it cut him off, and going round to the back of his head, so just like a tired hoop, and they balanced the weight on it. So a bit like a chokehold.
And you found him?
I did find him, yeah.
After how long, do you think?
I know now it was 3 minutes. I've gone through a timeline, and I think this is where this hasn't been put over to the judge, and I appreciate the judge has to make a ruling based on the evidence that's been put in front of her, and we haven't had a fair hearing. We've been allowed no medical experts in on our side, apart from obviously Dr. Schumann from the USA, that he doesn't agree with the doctors over here, and I think that is quite important to actually get across.
The disagreement, just to highlight to people what the disagreement is. You believe he was maybe deprived of oxygen for 3 minutes or so.
3 minutes.
The medical experts on their side
have gone on 40 minutes.
And the difference would be what?
Massive
that he would
difference.
be unrecoverable from 40 minutes?
So the doctor that we've got from the USA, very highly qualified doctor, he said that Archie suffered 10% necrosis, which is fully reversible. I think that's very important to get across. It's fully reversible. And part brain stem, obviously, damage. Now, Archie holds his own blood pressure, he holds his own body temperature. The only time he calls and he would need a bear hugger is after he's been stripped and he's having a bath.
Look, this is incredibly hard for a mother at a time when you just want to be by your little boy's bedside every minute of the day, I'm sure, and to be having to fight a legal battle is the last thing you want to do, but you are going to do that. You're going to challenge the decision
100%.
yesterday. You're going to appeal it. And not least because you say this is the first time that an MRI scan has been used to determine that somebody is likely, and I quote that was the evidence that was used in court, likely to be dead.
Yes.
So, I mean, that must be awful to be the first people to be using that.
It is, but maybe it's happened for a reason. Maybe it needs to be highlighted that it's not a legal way to pronounce somebody dead. You know, the two legal ways would be via the heart stopping or the brainstem test, which has been neither. It's an MRI, like what's next? People that go in to have an MRI test and they're told they've got a tumour, are you going to like end those people's lives?
And look, no mother wants to let go of their child. I'm a parent. I can't think of... to be in your position, it makes me want to weep. Having said that, your intuition, you just know, you just feel in your bones that there's something still there.
Yes, I do.
And he's tweaked your hand or something?
Yes, he's held my hand. I've shook my hand vigorously to get Archie's
We're seeing this.
hand
We're
off,
seeing
just
this
to show
on
people.
screen now, and there is a grip there.
There's a very firm grip there.
Yeah.
I've got lots of videos like this. He's partly opened his eyes. You know, his blood pressure changes when, like his little friend was at the hospital visiting him the other day. His blood pressure changed every time Hollie went round and stroked his face, and then he went back on the other side of the bed and it dropped back to where it is. You know, it's he's stable.
Did the judge see these pictures? Did the judge see video like that?
I think she has.
Well, I mean, she has now ruled that his treatment should stop.
Yes.
Well, what can you do if they say that is the case? What can you actually do?
We can appeal, and we've got very, very good grounds of appeal. It's not. I think it's important that people know it's not just me holding on to hope. We've got not just one or two. We've got lots of grounds for appeal.
So you're being advised that you stand a good chance at appeal then,
yes,
aren't you?
Most definitely.
So you're holding on to that hope, because I think apart from the tragedy of your beautiful, healthy little boy being in this position after such a quick incident, it's the fact that it's only been 8 weeks since this happened. It's too soon, surely.
Way too soon. There's coma patients. I've spoken to nurses. There's COVID patients within the hospital that have been given 6 months or more on ventilators. Archie was breathing or making his own efforts to breathe at Southend Hospital. They had to put him in neuroprotection to stop any more brain damage. They sent him to the Royal London with intention. He was actually going to have an operation or a procedure to release pressure.
Hollie, when you go to visit him, tell us what you say to him or what you do.
I'm there all the time. I've lived at the hospital for the last 8 weeks.
Oh, my goodness.
And do you talk to him? Do you
I
stroke
talk to him all the time. I talk to him. His sister gives him foot massages and pedicures. I've had reflexologists. A friend of mine comes in. She does reflexology. Again, she can feel muscle tone.
You can feel...
You just shout.
Plays music. I play him binaural beats on headphones, which reopens neuro pathways.
Oh, you've just been a wonderful mother, and hopefully he, is able to see that at some point.
And do you think you'll get your boy back?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do.
You believe that?
If he's given enough time, I do.
Yeah.
I do. He's in there.
And could you tell me what sort of lad he is? Because, I mean, we look at those pictures full of energy.
He's
a bit of a gymnast?
Yeah, he's a gymnast at South Essex Gymnastics. He's had some beautiful message from boxers. Max Whitlock, obviously Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
He trains at the same gym as Arch. He's just full of energy. The MMA, he had his first fight coming up. I think the second week of being in hospital. He was training really hard for that. He's bubbly. He's really, really funny. He's just a funny character. And I think most important to get out there, he's got fighting spirit. And I think that's why the boxers' messages that come through for him are so important, because they've got fighting spirit too.
I'm suspecting he gets that fighting spirit from his mum.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
He's got a sister.
He has, and a brother.
And a brother. How are you guys coping as a family?
His brother's, he's not coping brilliant, to be honest.
His brother?
He's 22, Tom, and Archie is literally his best friend. They've got a connection. Tom used to talk to Archie when he was in my womb. You know, I think Tom is the first voice that Archie really recognised. He sort of turned his head. You know, he's struggling. You know, I think Lauren's struggling, but she's a bit more like me. She's got her own coping strategies, really.
Hollie, what is your coping strategy? How do you keep going? Why do you keep going?
I think, personally, I've gone into fight and flight. I expected that decision, and I think people think, oh, God, like, how is she taking it? It's like she's taking it a bit too well. No, I'm just not shocked. I expected it. The whole process of how we've been dealt with from being in the Royal London Hospital has been completely shocking from day one, so I've had to go into fight mode, really.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. We wish you the best of luck with all of this. Come back and let us know.
I will.
Hopefully a good result.
Thank you for telling us your story. I think all we can offer is our prayers to you and to Archie. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.